Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. As promised, I'm going to have a little opening session, and first set of cards I'm going to open is Getting into the Vortex by Ester and Gerry Hicks. Now this is a deck that it's not tarot, it's not oracle, it's kind of messages from the teachings of Abraham, which is all about the law of attraction. I won't go into too much detail on this video about the law of attraction. I'm going to try and put up some videos about the law of attraction a little bit later on, hopefully this month, depending on how other things go. But their videos here under law of attraction, Ester and Gerry Hicks, teachings of Abraham, or Abraham Hicks, are very good and say the things that I would say to you anyway, and probably in a better way, because they're the people that kind of have brought this whole idea forward. So obviously it's a universal law, so it's not something that somebody's just dreamt up and made a thing of, but they're the people that have really kind of brought it to the forefront, I suppose, before The Secret was written, which is quite a well-known book and video about the law of attraction. So I won't get into too much detail. I'll put some more details up underneath the in the description of this video, so that you can have a look at that if you want to. In the meantime though, I'm going to prise open the box. Okay, so these are kind of standard sized oracle cards, I would say. These days they seem to be, the angel cards and oracle cards seem to all be around about this sort of size. So they come in this really nice little board box, so it's quite firm, and the cards are quite glossy in their feel and appearance. I'm just going to have a little, I know it sounds mad, I like to sniff my cards, but I do like to sniff my cards. They just really smell good when they're new. So the cards are edged in different colours. Looks like they have lots of different rainbowy colours. Rather pretty. And they are double-sided. So you have a message on one side that gives you a bit of an explanation of the situation or the message that the law of attraction is asking you to take on board. And then you have like a little message and image on the other side. So I would say what these ones look really good for doing, and what I'll probably use them for, is like having a daily message. Like if you have a daily message from the law of attraction. So if you're working with the law of attraction, I think these would probably be great for just having as like a daily reminder. Have a little shuffle each day, get your card out, and kind of have that as a bit of a theme for the day. I think the thing with the law of attraction that often people kind of lose their thread with it a little bit. You know, we start off with all these great intentions, and you know, might make our vision board, write our list, send our universal wishes out, and all of that kind of stuff. And then in our day-to-day we get a bit bogged down. So what might be quite nice to do with this would be to have this card, put it out in the morning for you, maybe just keep it by your side so that you can keep referring back to it, or maybe even take a photograph of it, save it on as your screensaver, or have it on your phone, you know, as a background or something for the day. That sounds like a lot of work, I know, but actually with technology these days, you can take a photograph of that and have that as your background within 2 seconds. So you can just have that all day there to just refer to. Okay, so that seems like a really good plan to do with these. I might actually try that myself and let you know how I get on. But these are kind of little brief snippet messages, and then there's a kind of a longer explanation, a little revision there of the image that's on the front, so you can have a little look through and see what the images are. Let me just put a few cards down for you. I won't go into too much detail with it. They're very modern day imagery. That's either your thing or it's not. I quite like it when it's to do with law of attraction, because it keeps it quite simple. And the thing is with the law of attraction, the more you overcomplicate it, the more you question it, try and unravel it, you come up with all these, the ego will defend, and you come up with all these different reasons why it can't be true, and all the rest of it. But if you keep it really simple, what brings me joy? Okay, so it's that brings me joy. Right, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on that then. I'm not going to allow any other old nonsense to get in my way. I'm just going to take it right back to basics. Every time I get confused, I'm going to do that. And I think the imagery here is keeping it nice and simple. And I think that's a really good thing when you do it, when you're looking at the law of attraction. You can really do your own head in, trying to work out all the different scenarios of why it's not working for you. The reason it's not working for you is simple, if it's not working. And that is because you might be great at identifying what you want and sending out the wishes. But what you then may be doing to block that is kind of focusing on the lack of that thing. You know, oh God, I really want that to come. Just by saying that, you're kind of going, oh, well, I'm not good at this, not good enough as it is. So what you need to be doing is need to be in a place where you're going, do you know what, everything's great with me, but a brilliant addition would be a new car. Everything's great with me, but a brilliant addition to my life would be a really lovely holiday. It's almost like saying, I'm grateful and happy with everything I have already. That's all brilliant. It'd be so nice to have a new swing set in the garden. You know, it's about just saying that everything's great and you're really grateful with things as they are. But also there are some other things that you would like too. So it's almost like you're saying that you're not making the place that you are less than because you don't have the thing that you want. I hope that makes sense, because that's just come through to me from my guide. So it's just very obvious to me that what we do is we block ourselves. You know, we block ourselves by focusing on the fact we haven't got something. And I've done it myself, and I've kind of worked with lots of different ways of manifesting, lots of different ways. And the best way is to just be, God, it'd be great to have that. But also, I've got all this good stuff already. So it's really important to be grateful and recognize what you already have. So these sorry, I didn't intend to go off into a great big lecture about how to use the law of attraction at all. So the cards here are very kind of gentle, pale images, simple, very clean cut, but also quite a bit going on in there. So you know, you can find so many different things. I think that's the true with all cards, even if they're not really busy cards, and I don't feel like these are busy at all. But you know, even if you've got really simple cards, you can always find so many different things. You know, you could look at the overall image of this, you can see the two faces of this, you can see the colors of this, you know, you can see these kind of lines and see what they might mean to you. You know, you're drawn to the eyes, you're drawn to the lips. You know, it just is endless what you can, and different things will jump out at you different times. Very true, especially if the Faulkner Tarot, which I use all the time, is you see different things in that all the time. So I'm going to kind of have a little use of these and see what I think. My first impression of them, I'll just go through more of these just to kind of, you know, just connect with them a little bit. I really like the imagery. It's very clean lines. I like the colours. I'm particularly liking the colours. Quite liking all these different planetary aspects, and I've noticed it on the other, like the loops were like the loops of Saturn. So my feeling is you might be able to link this in with astrology as well, if you're good with your astrology. It might be quite a good way to link that in too. So really kind of like them. I don't know what you think of them. Pop a comment up, you know, if you don't like the imagery on them. If you don't, do interact with me, because it's just really nice to feel that I'm not here chatting to myself. So it's always nice to hear opinions on different things. I'm quite liking them. I'll whip through these quite quickly now. So just want to try and have a little shuffle of them and see what they feel like. But my feeling with these is that they're going to work quite well as a day-to-day card. And I'm going to draw a card for myself each day for the next week or so and see where we go with them and what we have going on. So yeah, I would say to you, quite like them at the moment. I kind of don't get that whole love them thing that I have quite a lot, but I get that more with tarot, to be honest, and some oracle decks. I'm much more drawn to tarot normally, and I do have kind of like more intense feelings about tarot cards than I get about oracle cards or these, but I like them. But it's almost like a calm liking. I get quite enthusiastic about the tarot. If you've seen my opening of the Tarot Illuminati and the Bohemian Gothic, you will know how excited I can get about a pack of cards. Right, so these are nice. Like them a lot. Easy to shuffle, I would say. Well, that just proves that that was a lie. They're new, so they will slip. But in terms of size, they're quite easy to maneuver, and if you take your time with them when they're new and you don't rush like I am, because I'm an Aries and I have no patience, they're quite easy to maneuver. Okay, so I would say on first impressions they look like a nice deck of cards. The energy from them is nice. The energy from them is very calm, and tarot can be very buzzy, and if you work with tarot, you may well work with them in the same way that I do. I feel them. They have an energy. I can feel it through my hands, and I can feel it in my solar plexus. When I'm using these cards, these are very calm. They're not really full of buzzy energy, and I get a lot of buzzy energy from tarot. These are much more calm. So it's almost like the difference between putting your hand into water that's got loads of energy in it and there's waves, and putting your hand in the sea for tarot, or putting your hand into a nice calm pool when you put your hand in here. Sorry if that imagery is a little bit freaky, but that's just the way they're giving it to me. So I'm going to have a go with them. I'm going to give them a little bit of a use. I think there are 60 cards in the deck. Should probably have read that before I opened it up for you, shouldn't I? I think there are 60. I'll have a count of them, and I'll let you know what there are. There's no guidebook with these, which, you know what, I really like the fact that there's no guidebook. I don't think they need one, because you've got the basic sentence here, and then you have the explanation on the back. So the guidebook would be quite unnecessary. But I quite like the fact that they come with no guidebook, because what it does is it makes you trust your intuition and use it. And that really is where the real learning comes, is what you feel about that card. Cards can't tell you what to do, okay? They can just give you a bit of insight. You have to work with your own guides and with your own intelligence and your own intuition to work through what you need to work through. That's different for everyone, and that's why cards work for everybody, and that's why cards don't lie, because the actual information comes from you and your guides and inside you, rather than pieces of cardboard with imagery on them, because that at the end of the day is what a card is. There's nothing spooky about them, there's nothing freaky about them. It's the energy that you have when you work with them that makes them work. Okay, so I will leave that with you for now. They are getting into the Vortex. They are by Ester and Gerry Hicks. Really quite liking them. I'll put a link up to Amazon. Other retailers are available, so that if you wanted to get yourself a set of these, you could quite easily just click on it. I will put it up underneath the description, and I will leave that with you for now. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.